Hey guys, welcome back to Axis and Allies, the Garrison. This is Dtroy once again coming to you with another episode from here from the Garrison in Rochelle Park, New Jersey. Welcome back to the bunker. All right, guys, I am coming back to you with another episode. This is actually going to be my number 2 video of commentary and review where I get to make comments and review your videos. I mean, your opinions, okay? So thanks again for sharing your ideas and thoughts with me. And of course the community in general, guys. I hope that this whole segment works out. Okay, all right, so let's start and let's go ahead with our commentaries. So video 4.3 or episode 4.3, I wrote for in the description box. Okay, Japan consolidates its gains in Asia and invades Alaska while simultaneously strengthening its naval fleet. Yes, Japan, realizing that it had somewhat overextended a bit, left a lot of its naval resources out there for the taking. Okay, so yes, Japan lost two fleets in the previous 4 rounds. So G.I. Joe felt that it was time to consolidate and maybe, as a way to poke at me at the USA invaded Alaska. Okay, so all right, so let's review the commentaries. Sunny New wrote, looking forward to the 2020 Bunker Convention, BunkerCon. Yes, there will be a BunkerCon convention, okay, in Ottawa, Canada, okay, that is being sponsored or promoted by Gargantua and Young Grasshopper, okay. These are the 2 individuals that are primarily pushing this event. It's supposed to be very big. It's supposed to be an event that is on the scale of something that Young Grasshopper held last year. From the sounds of it, it's going to be even bigger. Okay, so guys, I am pushing and I'm promoting this event as well for my friends up in Canada. All right, let's go ahead and review the commentary made by Teflon. Teflon, my good friend. Dtroy, remember, if London falls, Calcutta can maximize its economy as far as beyond 20 IPCs as it desires. Something that you can handle. Okay, well, I didn't know that, okay? Not me, but actually Corporal 24, because Corporal 24 is playing with the UK. So apparently, Calcutta can then maximize its economy. I'm not quite certain, though, Tef, what that means, but I'm going to look into it, okay? All right, Corporal, like always, a good friend and supporter. Good review as always. Thank you, my brother. Stephen Gilchrist. He wrote, great review. Feel like I'm becoming a better player by watching these reviews. Yes, my brother. I think that that we all get better from each other, okay? Not only by playing, by watching others play, and also by hearing what they have to say in reference to this game. Okay, so if anything, you guys can walk away with from watching these videos, okay, from the YouTube wars, is that you yourselves will become better players as a result, because you can see what the strategies are that we are using. Okay, so yes, I do believe you are becoming, the community in general are becoming better players. He further wrote, I play Sunday, so time will tell. Okay, so time will tell. Seems like bombing Calcutta is a bit much at this point. I doubt the UK will be making any Indian purchases. I'm just backseat driving, he reads. Airborne assault in Shan State would have been better. Would have been better. Okay, well, that's an opinion and something that, yeah, it may have been better. Okay. Well, I don't blame G.I. Joe for bombing Calcutta. He's got to do something with those bombers. If they're just sitting idle, why not use them to bomb Calcutta? To me, it kind of does make sense. And hey, you can never underestimate Corporal 24. Corporal 24 is a very crafty player. Okay, so I don't blame G.I. Joe. Okay, I think it's the right thing to do. Bombing Calcutta is playing it safe. Okay, even though I know where you're going, Chris. I know you're thinking that London, uh, is may or may not fall, and why waste resources by bombing Japan? Bombing Calcutta is a waste of resources. But you know what? It makes sense. Okay, you never know where the game is going, so it is a safe thing, and the smart thing to do. Okay. All right. So let's move on to what GI Joe responded. Okay, to Steven. Okay, good idea. Only I didn't have any troops in Quangsi to airdrop with my bombers. Dudes and bombers have to originate from same territory, can't fly and pick up. Plus, you can only airdrop territories where there already are ground forces attacking. Okay, so good point. Okay, that GI Joe is actually responding to Stephen, where he's explaining to him that he didn't have any infantry in the territory where his bombers were at also. Okay, so he had nothing to move. Okay, also as a consequence, according to the Cyber Bloodbath rules, infantry that are being airdropped, okay, have to be supported by ground units of equal numbers. So if he's coming in with 1 or 2 infantry, those units have to be supported by an equal number of ground units, either whether they're moving in or units of your allies that are already in that territory. Okay, so that's the explanation that G.I. Joe is trying to impart on Chris. Okay, War Party wrote, changing course midstream is difficult but often necessary. I advise purchasing bombers, fighters, and airborne infantry and doing a massive London airlift, sending as many assets as possible to the Alamo. In this case, he's talking about London. War Party, I think my brother, you may ultimately be proven correct. Okay, maybe the way to go is best by changing strategies and going to the Atlantic and saving London. Okay, but I'm of the opinion, and I'm not the only one in my group. Okay, my allies, some of them agree with me, that changing strategies midway point is the wrong way to go. In part because of the technology that I chose. My technology, okay, is an integral part of my strategy. Okay, the technology that I chose was long-range aircraft. Okay, so by me switching, okay, I believe would hurt all, the strategy that I've chosen. Keep in mind, okay, that Japan's wings have been clipped. Japan is not threatening Australia. Japan is not threatening Calcutta. Japan is not threatening Southeast Asia, denying Japan a victory point. Okay, Japan is nowhere close yet to taking China. Okay, so for us now to change strategies would give Japan the opportunity to make a comeback and get those victory objectives that we have denied them. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, ultimately, as I said before, my brother, you may be right. Okay, and I may be proven wrong, but we're sticking to the strategy, and yes, we are sacrificing London. Okay, hey, and you never know, London may not even fall, so we shall find out. Okay, let's move on. Dtroy Teflon wrote, Detroit, it is neither or. You must do both. But I figure you're just looking for dramatic effect. You already know that, and I'm loving the drama in your videos. Please do keep it up. Teflon, thank you for your support, my brother. You're always such a supportive individual. So according to Teflon, I could do both. I could go with a Pacific strategy and an Atlantic strategy as well. Okay, it's a possibility. I guess that's also a possible strategy to do both. All right, let's move on. That's it for this segment of with 4.3. Let's go up to 4.4. The commentaries that were made during the USA video or episode. And now in the description box, I wrote, the USA further built up its forces in the Pacific and increases the pressure on Imperial Japan. Yes, that's the idea of the Pacific strategy. Put pressure on Japan. Okay, Sunny New wrote, your long-range aircraft can go that far? It's a question, actually. Amazing for the Americans. You can travel from California to London in just one turn. Definitely excellent for tourism. Yes. Okay, Sunny. Yes, according to the Sire Bloodbath rules, the technology that I chose is long-range aircraft. That means that all aircraft in the game, if you have technology, okay, for long-range aircraft, can move an additional 2 spaces. Now, if the aircraft come from an airbase, that's an additional 3. So bombers can go from 6 to 9 movements or spaces, and fighters can move from 4 to 7. Okay, and honestly, when I chose the Pacific strategy, choosing that particular tech was an integral part of the Pacific strategy, and that's again why I'm so hesitant to switching or changing my strategy. Okay, because my technology was an integral part of it. Okay, all right. So let's see what Sire Blood wrote. I told Corporal not to waste your plane on London. One less for Japan to worry about. Okay, I did send Corporal 1 fighter for the defense of London, and of course that's what Sire is talking about. He's actually poking fun or making fun at us for sending over that fighter, because Sire is so sure that he's gonna take London. Okay, we shall see, my brother. We shall see. According to your partner, your ally, VK Cowboy, there's a 45% chance or probability that London will fall. You know what? I like 45. 45 is decent, I think. It's close to half. We shall find out. Okay, Bulldozer. Bulldozer wrote, great tech for the Americans. Nice reinforcements of the Philippines. Okay. All right. So, yes, I agree. Long-range aircraft, if you're going with a Pacific strategy, may be the way to go. Okay. So, I think also, and I agree with you, Bulldozer, that it is a great tech. Okay. And you also supported me with the commentary that I really have reinforced the Philippines. Yes. Listen. The Philippines are in no danger of falling, okay? I have 10 infantry divisions, 1 fighter, 1 tactical bomber, and 3 bombers defending the Philippines, as well as a destroyer in that C-Zone 35, okay? So, yeah, honestly, I think there's no way now that G.I. Joe or the Japanese can take the Philippines. So the Philippines are safe. Agreed. And he further wrote, Bulldozer, that long-range aircraft could really turn things around for the Allies. Yes. Okay, let's scroll down. No Limit wrote something funny there. Absolutely War-Torn, who is one of my allies, Absolutely War-Torn is playing with Russia. He wrote, main thing in this game is the harsh finish schedule of 8 rounds. No longer. Normally, help would be sent, but under the giving time frame, it just doesn't make sense now. Yes, War-Torn is absolutely correct. Okay, we're playing, guys. Please remember that we're playing with 8 rounds, which means then that we're already at the halfway point. Why change strategies? It makes sense, okay, to stay the course and continue putting pressure on Japan. So War-Torn is in agreement with me there, that it wouldn't make sense to change course now. Okay, so, all right, Stephen Gilchrist wrote, I agree, changing strategy now to Atlantic wouldn't have made sense. You would have been 2 turns behind Unfortunately, one on bombing raid. Only time you don't want to see that. I'm not quite certain what he meant by that. If I was a Japanese player, I would be thinking you will be making a play for the Pacific oil money islands. Philippines is a fortress right now. Okay, Philippines is a fortress. Might have thrown a minor complex there. Okay, Stephen. According to the rules, you can't build industrial complexes in islands. Okay, so building industrial complexes reserved only for a major island like either Japan, the UK, major powers. But minor islands, you cannot build industrial complexes. So that's something you may want to update yourself in as far as the rules are concerned. Okay, he further added, I don't like separating my transports from my fleet. Takes away the nasty bite. Looking at board. If I was Japanese, would throw everything at Philippines, as only going to get more dangerous. Yes, well, okay, I get the gist of what you're saying, Stephen. Uh, it would have made sense for Japan early on, maybe round one or round two, to have gone for the Japanese for the Philippine Islands. I agree 100%. Now it's just too late. Round three, round four, especially round four, Philippines invasion is out of the question. Okay, so Chris Nameless has a question. I think I'm a little confused. Do planes and carriers get the extra movement from the adjacent airbase? No, they do not. Okay, as far as I know, and the way I understand the rules, if a carrier is based next to an airbase, that carrier or that airplane does not enjoy the extra movement. So you guys may prove me wrong, but I don't believe so. Okay, so War Party at the Outpost, he wrote, with bloodbath rules, long range aircraft is my favorite tech. Yes, for the US, it is so for me as well. Okay, Foulhead Willett, he wrote, really like the way you send okay, he wrote, I really like the way you set a corrugated fastener on your flight stands with two planes. Great idea and removable. Yes, caught on to that, right? Okay, so that's it for this segment. Let's go up to 4.5. Let me go back a bit here. And 4.5 is well, actually, it was Corpo 24's turn. And I wrote in the description box, the United Kingdom performs limited counterattacks while all along preparing the German invasion of England. Okay, there was only one commentary here, and it was actually two commentaries, and it was by War Party at the Outpost. He says, or he wrote, can't wait to see VK Cowboy's turn. He's a good player, and I'm playing Italy in Hunter Jones' game. Okay, jumping the gun a little bit there. So let's see what No Limit wrote. Corporal 24 was so lucky to be able to retreat after having a lousy first round of battle in Scotland. If he decimated it in the second battle, then his capital would have no doubt been handed over to a silver plate platter to a silver would have been handed over on a silver platter to Sire Fuhrer. Yes. What No Limit is referring to here is that Corporal 24, in order to decrease the number of German infantry in Scotland, what he did is that he performed a partial attack or a limited attack on the German forces in Scotland, where he inflicted 5 infantry damaged or killed in Scotland, reducing that force to 2 only. Okay, whereas he only lost 3 in return, so he had a net gain of two infantry there. So that he killed from the Germans that were defending. All right, so that was it for that. All right, guys, sorry about that. My camera phone stopped working for some reason, so I had to check my phone and see what was the matter. But in any case, guys, that's a wrap up for the day. I'm pretty much done. The remainder of the commentaries are just very minor in nature. So, but guys, just to like to remind you that to keep in mind that BunkerCon 2020 is something that to keep in our sights. Okay. Also, let's continue forward. It is the end of round 4. We're now going to start round 5. There's a lot of interesting things that are going to happen in the game, and I hope that you guys continue to enjoy the content that I'm putting out there for you guys to watch and enjoy. As always, continue making comments. Let me know what you're thinking, and I look forward to hearing more from you guys. Guys, this is Dtroy. I'm out, and as always, don't forget to bunker down and play. By the way, I'm changing my motto from hunker down to bunker down, okay? And that's something that I picked up from Dutch Lancaster, who I think accidentally misheard me and said, well, once, bunker down. So I'm picking it up, and it's not my motto. Don't forget to bunker down and play. Till next time, guys.